Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome to my Let's Try of Cycle 28, a 2D arcade momentum-based space shooter by Pillbug Interactive. I'll be spending at least 15 to 20 minutes on this title, giving my first impressions, and checking out what this game has to offer. As a brief word of disclosure, I got a key from the devs to cover this game. This game is Pillbug Interactive's love letter to Vlambeer's 2014 release of Luftrausers. It has fast-paced combat, unlockable upgrades, and most intriguing to me, an evolving storyline involving our protagonist being stuck in a Groundhog Day time loop, while combating endless waves of a mysterious enemy faction. So without further ado, let's begin. Also note, I did a test recording just before, and here's the score I got. I just wanted to make sure that everything worked well, because sometimes the recording didn't work the best in previous games with a lot of action. Let's begin here. So here's the storyline behind this game. We play as Lieutenant Olivia Bergen, who has been separated from her fleet, and we're far out all alone in space, trying to face off against an enemy trying to destroy our home. You can play either with the controller or keyboard. I'll be playing with keyboard because I find it easier to control. So left arrow to rotate to the left, right arrow to rotate to the right. Of course, you can also use the analog stick. And default left control to shoot. Keep in mind though, you press the up arrow to move forwards, but you have full momentum so you can't brake in space. It works like Space Invaders. And firing your gun can push you backwards as well. On the top left is your score counter, top is how much time you'll have left in this cycle, and top right is your score multiplier. Here's the first enemy, this drone ship or something. That arrow on the bottom indicates the next enemy we're supposed to destroy. And that trail over there indicates that there's an enemy ship coming. In this case, this is a carrier which releases all these small drones at me. And yes, those shots do deal some damage, ship damage, so it adds up a bit. And those small things I'm releasing from my own ship, those are my drones. There is no visible health bar on screen outside how much smoke you have coming out of the player or your own ship. Same with enemies. Oh yeah, in order to get a new upgrade, I need to get a new personal best. That is, right now I don't have a personal best whatsoever, so I need to actually survive long enough. So far, so good. I'm gonna purposely take a dead over here because I really want to unlock my next upgrade. You can have up to 2 upgrades at once, and without at least 2 upgrades, you're started quite weak. Keep in mind though, it seems that the first personal best doesn't count for the upgrade. You need to get another one. So I need to beat a score of 555. Unfortunately, taking any damage resets my combo meter, meaning that those drone ships' chip damage can easily just reset my combo meter. Controls are very responsive, though you gotta get used to the momentum of your movement. It's the key for surviving long enough. The visuals are on the simple side, but they are understandable. Me and my allies are all blue, all the enemies are tan or yellow colored, so there's a clear visual distinction. And that alarm rings when I'm close to death. More and more waves of enemies spawn as I kill more and more of them, of course. And when it comes to this sound, it means I'm absolutely almost dead. So I'm going to take it over here because I unlocked something. So by getting a new personal best, I unlocked a new upgrade. Let's see what it is. Multi-shot, firing forward 2 facing projectiles. In this case, well, in order to activate it, we need to apply upgrades and restart run. As you can see here, now we fired 2 smaller shots in front of me, but it increases the knockback from my shots. Once I beat my last personal best of 610, I will die again so I can get my second upgrade. Then I'll go for as long as possible. So I suggest if you want to actually get all the upgrades as quickly as possible, once you get a new personal best, try dying as quickly as possible until you get at least 11 consecutive personal bests. That way you'll be able to get all the 10 upgrades. At least that's what I think so far. If you want to unlock more and more of the story bits, we of course need to survive longer and get more and more upgrades. And get a higher and higher score too. It seems that our mini drones can actually eat up enemy shots too. And apparently somehow I repaired myself. I'm not smoky anymore. That's neat. I didn't expect to have mid-run repairs. These ships are easy to destroy but don't garner as much score, but the carrier ships garner more score, but they're a lot harder to... Well, the thing is though, the mini drones they fired me can deal quite a bit of chip damage. At the very least, it does have a clear, distinct indicator where the carrier ships are coming from, with the trails. And if I can keep or get a high combo meter running, destroying the carrier ships deals or grants me a lot of points. And I'm almost dead again. Thanks, mini ships. Okay, split 1, I don't know what that means. There we go, I beat my score, so I'm going to purposely take another death here. And we got a new story bit here. As we get better and better and get more upgrades, we get more and more story bits. After all, that's the other clever thing about this game that makes it a bit different. Okay, double drones, that's useful. So now I'm going to try surviving for as long as possible. There's actually a pretty neat reward if you've managed to solve the mystery behind Cycle 28. For all past, present, and future games of Pillbug Interactive, you'll be able to get them for free, if you're the first one to solve it and email the solution to the developers. But let's hope we can actually find a new enemy type. I've only seen 3 so far. These normal ships, the carriers, and the drones. Like I said, it takes a while to get used to the inertia, and oh gosh, this is a bad position. At the very least, the medium-sized ship or normal-sized ones aren't that accurate. So I do appreciate that. What I would like is more guided missiles. Well, I guess the drones act kind of like guided missiles, oh boy. Of course, considering how difficult it is to hit these smaller enemies and how they reset my combo meter, it means it's a little bit annoying. Okay, here's a new enemy type. And I died instantaneously because I got ambushed by the smaller enemies. Really, it seems that those smaller drones being released by the carriers are the most dangerous enemies in the game. I need guided missiles to more easily deal with them. Perhaps it'll be something later in the upgrade tree. I'm not sure if the later upgrades are stronger than the initial ones though. Perhaps there's an armor upgrade? That'd be super helpful. or perhaps an explosive cannon to destroy all enemies at once, if they're closely clustered together. Also, my shots travel a bit off screen, so if I see an enemy nearby, I can always just fire it at, or blind fire it off screen, and my shots will hit it if I'm accurate enough. Another instance of those enemies being super annoying. You need to constantly move around if you want to dodge and weave those shots. They're really fragile, but they're just really annoying to hit. At least the carrier ships leave a really distinctive trail, so you can destroy them off screen, and if the enemy's off screen, it will not spawn those drones. But you can't always rely on that. Oh gosh, there's another enemy type. Now we have those cruisers, I guess, who fire more shots more accurately. Thankfully, my shots actually fire me backwards, or propel me backwards. That's super helpful. Okay, we completed split 1 again, new personal best. Oh no. Also, of an interesting note, we're playing on Cycle 27. I guess the goal of the game is solving the mystery behind Cycle 27 and progressing on to Cycle 28 by breaking the cycle. What's the next upgrade? 2 broadside cannons. Sure, let's go for it and see how useful it is. Nonetheless, I guess this is the game. Trying to go through these segments, unlock new upgrades, improving your personal best, seeing more and more challenging enemies and creative designs, and unlocking more and more of the story bits. That's all I can say right now, unless there's something else of a secret that I haven't unlocked yet. I would like a better on-screen indicator of my health, like an explicit health bar, but at the very least my ship smoking is a good enough indicator, though you need to learn how much punishment your ship can take. It also seems that enemies spawn in waves. They don't spawn in on a timer, they spawn in on a more wave-based basis. Or maybe they do spawn in on a timer if you're too slow. Oh, wow. Well, okay then, I didn't expect to just run into 3 or 4 battleships at once. Heavy drone, I'll go with that. Well, I have nothing more to say, outside of trying to survive long enough and get to new cycles. This seems like a game that would be better suited for a live stream on Twitch, or YouTube, or Mixer. And to be fair, the game is only going to be costing $5, so I can sort of forgive the more simplistic gameplay and the cheaper visuals and sound effects, or more retro design of those. The music is on the more ambient side. It does make you a bit pumped up, but honestly, it isn't that memorable to me. It's not in the front center, it's more in the back end. That isn't necessarily a bad thing for the music. It's just that it's not standout-ish. It just complements the gameplay in the background. I wonder though, is there a way to regenerate health over time? That'd be super helpful, especially for the longer runs. I'm really thankful that my shots can travel a bit off screen. That makes dealing with several of these foes a lot easier. I just wish I can see some of the more creative foes without dying. If I run into another wave of carriers, I'm doomed. Wait a minute. Is this a boss fight? Well, I didn't expect to fight a boss in this and... Well, there goes my inertia. I forgot that my inertia can push me away and shot me right into those enemies. Oops. Honestly, I would like to have that zoom out feature at any time so I can more easily determine where enemies are coming towards me. Oh well, at least I have something to look forward to. I just need to be skilled enough in order to survive. To be fair, this is arcade and skill based. Once you get used to how the momentum works and how to turn around and how to deal with most of the foes, it becomes quite well rewarding. What with the new upgrades, new story bits, as well as higher scores. Running into enemies does deal a bit of damage, but for the initial foes, it isn't that bad. I would like a space break though, or the ability to go backwards. Well, I suppose I have that in the way of shooting. That was a close one there. I think my drones kind of act like guided missiles, and they can eat up enemy shots if necessary. Didn't expect that to happen. If I stand still, I'll be able to spawn in a lot more drones, but a lot more enemies can gang up on me, so there is a trade-off there. Okay, a carrier ship. That was easy. I probably shot it off screen. Once again, those mini drones are the most annoying enemy types, by far. Oh no, a battleship. I didn't expect to see that, but I guess we're unlocking more and more enemies as we progress farther and farther, and suddenly became a lot more difficult. I guess they all spawned in at once, and I was in a bad position. Here's me using my inertia to my advantage. But I really need to take care of that battleship wherever it is. It's probably going to sneak up behind me, knowing my luck. Okay, there's the battleship. There's a cruiser, which I died to because I wasn't fast enough. That's mysterious. I'm a bit curious what the story behind this is. Are we in cryosleep and is this a test? Are we secretly attacking our own allies and we're actually the villains? Is this a simulation? A universe simulation? Or something more worrisome? Who is responsible for the cycle anyway, or this spatial anomaly? Is it us, the aliens, a mixture, an accident? Are the aliens even the villains here anyway, or are they also victims? Are they also stuck in this cycle? Those are all questions that'll probably be answered as I complete more and more of the game. I'll go for 1 or 2 more cycle attempts, and then I'll end it off. I think you've seen enough of the gameplay to understand what it's going to be like. There's the next battleship. Dealing with that is going to be a bit of a challenge, of course, because it can also fire a bit off screen. Oh, it's not a battleship, it's a cruiser. There's my first one down. I wish I could see official names of these enemy types, that'd be super helpful. Whoa. I didn't expect to get ambushed by that line-grinding enemy. Well, that's good to know. I wish I could get back to those enemies without dying and having to repeat these segments over and over. That'd be appreciated. I'll probably be able to do that as long as I survive longer and longer, and get better at the game. After all, it is an arcade skill-based space shooter. This is one of those games where I really wish I had mouse control to have better accuracy. Maybe not mouse control for my movement, but rather mouse control for where I'm shooting. After all, the only way I can control this is by using the arrow keys or an analog stick. Accuracy is really key for survival here, especially for the smaller enemies. For the bigger enemies, movement's more important, and understanding how to exploit your inertia to push yourself backwards or things. Perhaps there's some repair droids? Oh, I stopped smoking. Okay, apparently slowing down and holding still actually repairs yourself. I wish I knew that earlier. I just need to come to a dead still and wait for my drones to come back to me. Well, that's super helpful and makes the game a lot easier. There's the next cruiser. I'll call them cruisers. They could be just gunboats, really. Okay, there's another one of these. New personal best, good. Oh, line riders. Yeah, I do have a distinct visual indicator that they're coming. Dealing with them though, that's gonna be a problem. That's where I really wish I could actually zoom out and see where the enemies are coming from. That arrow is not really good enough. And I don't take it despawned. Wow, 3,000, oh. Well, there it is. If I can keep an eye on it, I should be safe. And I'm almost dead again. And I died. Wonderful. Huh, I got a word back. Reverse multi-shot, let's see here. Sure, let's go for it. Being able to attack enemies backwards is super helpful. I will miss the heavy drones though. Those are super helpful. I will give it this is super fun. Albeit simple, it's still fun. And once you understand that you can repair yourself by just slowing down to a standstill and wait for your drones to come to you, it becomes a lot easier. There we go. It extinguishes itself as long as it stays still for a while. And probably stop shooting. Once again, I really like the visual clarity between me and my allies versus the enemies and their allies. I and my allies are all blue and have blue projectiles. The enemies are all tan/yellow colored and have yellow projectiles. Very easy visual clarity. And the background is mostly black with its starscape. So there's little to no confusion of where everything is coming from. And anything else that's dangerous is white colored, like what we saw with the laser cutters, or whatever those crazy enemies were called. I'd really like to see an enemy bestiary. Okay, I need to stop here. Bad idea actually. Those enemies are trailing me now. So my fire suppression systems can even activate even when I'm almost dead. Line riders. Well, okay then, they aren't as dangerous as I expected them to be in the boss fight. The only problem is getting ambushed by all of them, like what happened there. Let me go for one more run, and then I'll be done. Once again, I really wish there was a tutorial that told me, or an instruction manual that told me, if I stood still, my fire suppression systems would activate, and basically regenerate my health. That also makes these drone enemies a lot less annoying, knowing that I can just stay still and regenerate my health. That also allows me to be a lot more risky. I don't think I'll be able to face that boss again that I saw earlier, sadly. Oh goody, the line rider enemies. Well, they're not called line riders, but I might as well call them because I don't have a name for them. Oh, bows and arrows now? I want to try killing one of these and see how durable they are. I survived somehow, probably because I was at full health. Okay, as long as I don't shoot and I move around, I'm still in the clear. Okay, the music suddenly became a lot more dramatic. Oh, whoa. I'm learning a lot of new things in this game, but I really wish there was a tutorial for this, and everything is suddenly becoming a lot more crowded, by far. Everything shooting at me. Now we have those bows. I still don't know how they work. And I still haven't killed that laser lancer. It's probably those mini portions that I need to shoot at. Oh, I made it to Splatoon. Wonderful. Even though I don't have a higher score. Those archer enemies aren't that bad. Did I ever get to kill this? I guess I need to do it in the center. It seems that if we survive longer and longer, we actually get better music. Of course, now everything is going to heck because everything is there. This is where I really wish I had missile launchers or cannons. Rats, well, I died there. Still, that was a new record. Let's see what the new upgrade is. Oh, light drones. I guess it's a good time to call it quits. Well, here's my assessment of the game. The graphics are on the simplistic side, but I like the visual clarity between the players who are blue and the enemies who are tan-colored. The sound effects are retro-y but are satisfactory, especially with the explosions. The music is ambient, but it becomes more and more pronounced as you survive longer and longer, and the stages get more and more difficult, as you saw near the end there. I liked how the story is slowly unfolding, but I would like to see it unfold faster, but I would probably need to get better at this game in order to do it. There's quite a bit of skill involved, and you can get quite far if you understand how to utilize the momentum to your advantage. Like I mentioned, it's a $5 game, so it can be considered like a budget title, so if you really like retro space shooters with a lot of skill involved and how you can improve yourself, especially with the side grades and upgrades, finding ones that fit your playstyle as you unlock more and more of them, and you potentially like the mystery behind Cycle 27 and Cycle 28, I'd say go for it. Otherwise, just avoid it or wait for a sale. I like the title and I like my time with it. I may stream more gameplay of this in the future. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!